They will make the loan, make the inspections, and make the payments to your builder. But if you run into trouble, you're on your own. Good evening, and thanks for watching tonight. I'm Scott Inman.
And I'm Christina Munoz. That has been the experience so far of one Southeast Arkansas woman who turned to the USDA to help build her dream home. The reality has not lived up to the promise. Here's 7 on Your Side's Jason Peterson.
Back in 1986, Helen Proctor moved into a mobile home on a dirt road outside of Lake Village. Today, that home is falling apart. A couple years ago, she decided she wanted to live out her days in something nicer.
If I could go back in time, I would not fool with that. I just moved that, getting another mobile home. Because this is not worth it. What I've been through with it, what I'm going through with it, it's not worth it.
Proctor's poor living conditions, coupled with her steady income and good credit, made her a perfect candidate for a home loan through the USDA's Rural Development Program. After getting approved for a loan of almost $100,000, Proctor chose Scott & Sons Construction out of Monticello to build her home. Construction was delayed 3 months, but got started in March of last year. The home was supposed to be finished by the end of August.
I didn't get it done in time, remember, that's what a lot of bad weather, and a lot of rain. But see, the homeowners don't see that part.
A former USDA supervisor visited the home this spring and found a laundry list of things left to do. Exterior siding and electrical work incomplete. Air conditioning unit not in place. Gutters and porch columns missing. No insulation in the attic. Windows installed improperly. Plumbing incomplete. Obvious things like drywall work, flooring, painting, cabinet installation, and the driveway also still need to be done. Despite those findings, the last USDA inspector to visit the site found the project 77% complete.
Each stage of this process was inspected.
By the USDA?
By the USDA.
This finding allowed the contractor to receive his third draw, $11,343, which was cashed without the knowledge, approval, or signature of Ms. Proctor.
I don't see how they gave him the last drawing they gave him. I don't see how they gave it to him. Because he was not doing nothing out here.
In addition to work left undone, the former USDA supervisor commented in his review, if the poor workmanship performed by present contractor causes a shortfall to the homeowner's loan funds, I would recommend that necessary funds be made available with no additional cost to the homeowner. He also recommended Proctor fire Scott & Sons Construction, which she did in September.
I don't think any other contractor would want to step into this. And I wouldn't warranty anything I've done and have somebody else come in and finish it. And I'm sure somebody else wouldn't come in and warranty what they've done after I've started.
In November, a health department inspector visited the property and found numerous violations of the Arkansas Plumbing Code. The home also lacks a septic system, even though a separate $1,800 check was written for that necessity before construction started. Michael Scott told the USDA 6 months ago that he would refund that money to Ms. Proctor, as well as repay her for electricity his crews used during construction. So far, he's done neither.
I still have the check for the cashier's check. I can show you a copy of it in the truck. And as far as the electrical, we're trying to work it out to where I can finish the home for Ms. Proctor.
When Proctor presented her concerns to the USDA, she was told by Area Director Larry Kindle that any dispute between you and the contractor should be, you are free to pursue legal remedies through the courts. Scott says he has subs to pay and $30,000 of his own money tied up in this project. The only way he can get that back is by finishing the job.
And I want to complete it for her because she badly needs a home. And summer's coming up and she doesn't have air conditioning in her trailer. You know, it's just going to get bad for her.
The USDA says Proctor needs to finish the home or risk losing it and her land.
It sure ain't worth me losing my property for, and I still ain't got nowhere to stay. Trying to better my condition was the worst mistake that I could ever make. I feel that way.
Because the USDA holds back 40% of the loan, there's still over $50,000 available to complete this project. Proctor says the expense of going to court rules out that option, so she's faced with finding a new builder, rehiring Scott & Sons, or doing nothing and risk losing everything to the USDA. We'll let you know how things turn out. Jason Peterson, Channel 7 News.
Back in May, we told you about the plans of an elderly Southeast Arkansas woman to build a home where she could live out her days in comfort.
No work has been done in nearly a year as home builder and homeowner are at odds over the pace and quality of construction. 7 on Your Side's Jason Peterson has the update.
Helen Proctor was supposed to be living in her new home by now.
They said they inspected. They didn't find nothing wrong. I can't believe that.
Since they didn't trust the USDA inspectors, Proctor and her family paid $300 for their own home inspector. He visited last month and found that what has been finished, the foundation, slab, roof, plumbing, drywall, and most windows, is okay. But there's much left to do. No driveway, sidewalk, gutters, brickwork, water heater, air conditioning, attic insulation, interior doors, sinks, or toilets.
When she terminated the contract, it wasn't in my best interest. USDA told me to come back and do any more work until the problem's resolved.
Why terminate? The home's designer visited the property and noted about 20 deviations from the original plan, including a bedroom that's 2 feet too wide, a carport rather than a garage, the family room ceiling not vaulted. There is vinyl siding rather than brick. Several vents are missing, the toilet is not centered, and ducts are not snapped and sealed. Now, the professional inspector also noted some improper wiring, poor attic ventilation, a required vent is missing, and improper material was used for the gas and propane piping. All parties are continuing to negotiate. Jason Peterson, Channel 7 News.